Kyra Lewis from deep.
Used to be at the old BJCC prior to the building of Bartow Arena. Then he started going home and home.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dives, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Welcome to the Painted Lines YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. On tap for today, I want to talk to you about potential Sixers draft target Kyra Lewis. This 6'3" sophomore is lightning quick and one of the best guards in the NBA draft. How does Kyra Lewis fit with the Philadelphia 76ers? How does he project at the next level? Here we go. Kyra Lewis was a 4-star recruit from Hazel Green, Alabama. According to 24/7 Sports, he was the 5th best point guard in the nation and received offers from Auburn, Baylor, and Connecticut. The biggest knock on Kyra Lewis was his size, weighing in at only 160 pounds. In August of 2018, he reclassified for the 2018 class and signed with the Crimson Tide in order to follow the footsteps of recent Alabama star Colin Sexton. Despite being the youngest active player in all of D1 basketball at 17 years old, Kyra Lewis made an immediate impact his freshman season. He started all 34 games, scored in double figures 24 of 31 games, and averaged 17 points per 40 minutes. Although Alabama finished with an 18-16 record, his phenomenal season got him SEC All-Freshman honors. Kyra Lewis showcased his elite speed in the open court during his sophomore season. His 18.5 points and 5.2 assists per game garnered him All SEC First Team. Lewis scored the 5th most points in the SEC, along with the 3rd most assists. He had 3 games of scoring 30 or more points and 9 games of 3 or more three-pointers made. It's important to note that Kyra Lewis just turned 19 years old this month and is younger than most one-and-done prospects in this draft class. All right, guys, let's talk about Kyra Lewis's strengths. First up, he is a terror in the open court. First and foremost, Kyra Lewis has elite speed with the ball in his hands. He is a nightmare in transition. He's got excellent quickness and acceleration to abuse and put pressure on a defense in an up-tempo offense or in a half-court set. This is a guy who can fly down the floor in less than 5 seconds. According to the Stepien, 21% of his offense came in transition, where he scored 1.17 points per possession. Lewis is a potential 3-level scorer who loves to play downhill and can finish with either hand with ease at the rim. Let's take a look at Kyra Lewis in transition.
3-on-2. Petty to Lewis. The layup. Petty no good, no whistle, and Petty back to Lewis.
There you go. This back to a one-possession game. Great defense right there by Kyra Lewis. Going to get him a layup.
Steal by Bama. The lob. The dunk!
Wow. Dowdy, top 3 scores for Auburn, combined for 2. And Auburn picks up where they left off. They turn it over. Kyra Lewis. Horn sounds, rebound to Herbert Jones. Kyra Lewis back the other way. Boy, he just put it into another gear. That is just... Lost the handle, and Herbert Jones comes away with a steal. Kyra Lewis flying down the lane. He's going to be most successful.
Boy, back and forth we go. Look at Lewis. Great hands right there by Alex Reese. They were trying to get to a little dribble handoff. It leads.
The second strength of Kyra Lewis is he has a phenomenal handle and he is an excellent penetrator. Kyra Lewis thrives at penetrating the paint and attacking the basket. Lewis's combination of good handle, IQ, and ability to get to the basket makes him a potential weapon in the pick and roll modern NBA. He's got a solid floater that should be a weapon at the next level. The majority of his offense came from making one move and getting to the basket. Kyra Lewis's skill set should thrive in the NBA when there is more space to operate. According to the Stepien, 30.8% of his offense came in the pick and roll, where he shot 41.8% from the floor. Let's take a look at Kyra Lewis thriving at getting to the rim and penetrating in the pick and roll.
Quality stuff right there with those guys. Kyra Lewis.
Oh, that's so good.
Finals on Sunday will move to ESPN. Kyra Lewis. Nice in Tyree. Lewis on a leader.
Used to be at the old BJCC prior to the building of Bartow Arena. Then he started going home and home. After he got up to such a good start. start.
Well, I love him when he's around the rim. He is so athletic.
To keep an eye out here early in the second half. Lewis around the screen, blows up a leaner.
13 turnovers tonight.
There he goes again.
The reverse slim as Shea off the.
The last strength of Kyra Lewis is he is a very good shooter. Kyra Lewis can pull up from anywhere on the court and does well in the catch and shoot. According to the Stepien, he shot 43.5% from the floor during spot-up opportunities. In 2 seasons at Alabama, Lewis shot 36.2% from 3 and 304 attempts. The Stepien reports that he shot 16 of 42, good for 38% on three-pointers in the pick and roll. He had a true shooting percentage of 56% and shot 80.2% from the free throw line on 4.2 attempts per game. It's Lewis's combination of speed and ability to space the floor that makes him such a unique prospect and potential big-time scorer at the next level. Let's take a look at Kyra Lewis's shooting.
But Kyra will try for the three here. Advised Rick Barnes to have a seat. Lewis, he brings it up with one hand. Remember, he broke the wrist January 29th against LSU.
There's a pass, good court vision by Xavier Sneed.
Kyra Lewis pull up.
With the perimeter talent that they have, can get some post presence. They're a dangerous team.
Side drive, no good. Offensive rebound. Here's your three. Lewis. Money.
Here you see Levesque understanding Davis isn't a three-point shooter. Essentially, he should be playing with 1 foot in the paint.
Preseason second team, All-Atlantic 10. Lewis, top of the can.
K-State a little matchup zone. First time we have seen that.
That's been the LSU way this year. They're ranked behind Ohio State. Kyra Lewis from deep.
All right, guys, let's talk about Kyra Lewis's fit with the Philadelphia 76ers. Before Shake Milton had his incredible 2-month stretch, I was on Team Derrick Rose during the NBA trade deadline. The Sixers desperately need a guy who can thrive in the open court alongside Ben Simmons and put pressure on a defense. The Sixers lacked an offensive punch off the bench, and it's easy to see how Kyra Lewis could step right into this role moving forward. Kyra Lewis's speed, shooting, and potential in the pick and roll down the road all make him a very good fit with the Philadelphia 76ers. It's on the defensive side that has me concerned. During playoff basketball, when you're only as good as your weakest defender, I can envision Kyra Lewis repeatedly targeted by teams that are heavy in the pick and roll, such as Toronto, such as Boston. This is a guy that will be switched to death, and his inability to switch on the perimeter really deflates Kyra Lewis as a prospect. Kyra Lewis's ceiling in the NBA is directly tied with how quickly he adapts to the NBA and how much time he spends in the weight room during these next 2 years. And then we get to his age. I was very much in favor of the trade that landed Zaire Smith on the Philadelphia 76ers. Zaire is developing well with the Delaware Bluecoats, but the Sixers are in win-now mode. Similarly, are the Sixers willing to draft a prospect with a high ceiling that will require multiple seasons before his potential is untapped? This is highly suspect, as the window for the Sixers to win a championship is right now. Here are my final thoughts. Currently, Kyra Lewis is projected in the mid to late first round range, which is exactly where the Philadelphia 76ers will be picking. It's impossible to find a perfect prospect where the Sixers will be picking. At 165 pounds, Lewis will require some development in the NBA before his potential is unlocked. I see Kyra Lewis as a top-of-the-rotation player that would benefit greatly from incremental playing time off the bench with the Sixers. I also see Kyra Lewis going through a ton of growing pains his first 2 seasons. The Sixers need Lewis's skill set off the bench, but how long are you willing to wait? Are Sixers fans willing to be patient with allowing Kyra Lewis the time required to adapt to the physicality of the NBA? The Sixers lack playmaking and a guy who can pressure on a defense. Shake Milton was a revelation before the season was suspended, but his development does not stop me from taking Kyra Lewis if he falls to the Sixers in the first round. You never pass on a prospect with such a high ceiling in the low 20s of the draft. Kyra Lewis thrives with and without the ball and can space the floor. This makes him a solid fit next to Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. He's an intriguing talent that should be on all Sixers fans' radars for pick number 22 in the NBA draft. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I am Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Lock it down to everything Sixers and NBA draft at thepainted.lines.com. Follow us on Twitter at BlueRootTPL. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome.